that was a pretty overwhelmingly solid kill on that heavy cruiser, I think. Hello, everybody. It is me, Postmodern Cowboy, and I am back. I'm back with Nebulous Fleet Command as promised because Arma Reforger wasn't cooperating. So, I'm showcasing a fleet here right now. I'll just run over it really quickly. But this is my Mace Rush fleet. Mace Rush in Nebulous is use of small ships, each carrying a small number of torpedoes, which do an immense amount of damage to single targets, especially large ships like battleships will just get absolutely ruined by a well-timed barrage of torpedoes. And the fact that there are numerous small ships carrying the torpedoes means that I can close with the enemy effectively. Now I'm kind of balancing my Mace Rush fleet. Like I could go with 7 of these, I think, but I'm actually only bringing 4 because I think that's all I need. And here's the strategy. So my fleet involves this ship. This is the Kamen Naman. This is a spy ship, and it has sophisticated sensors that allow it to detect the enemy. It's got a signature scrambler, so it can't be itself detected. It's got a low intensity, a low signature drive. So it's going to get closer to the enemy before it gets spotted and see them first. Now, in the second group of my fleet, I've got the Kalbrua, which is it's a screening destroyer. It's got anti-missile missiles, so interceptor missiles. It's got point defense cannons. They're like a Sea Whiz or a counter rocket and mortar kind of dealy. But that's a minigun that will shoot down incoming enemy missiles, creates a defensive screen. It itself has targeting arrays and sophisticated sensors, and it's pretty beefy. It's a destroyer. It can take a few hits. It's got a lot of internal systems to get through, and it's actually there to support. So the destroyer itself is a support vessel to protect probably the most crucial ship in the fleet. Maybe I can't move over to it because it's not the command ship. But back here we get the Stephen Bean. The Stephen Bean is a missile frigate, and the missile frigate is loaded to the gills with missiles. It's got 1 cannon to allow it to sustain DPS. It has no anti-missile capability, I think. Nope. So it itself is a sitting duck. That's why I paired it with a screening destroyer, but it has the ability to lob up a ton of missiles at a target. And I'll get into why in a second. And then in the third group, sort of the main group, the core strike force, are 4. These are also corvettes. And this little vet swarm, each one has a point defense cannon, a sort of very low armor penetration cannon for engaging other corvettes, and torpedo launcher. So along with targeting systems. So these can individually detect, acquire a target, and they're also using signature scramblers. I think every ship in the fleet has a signature scrambler, to be honest, including the destroyer, and they all have prowler drives. So prowler drives are less easy to detect. Normally, your drives operation is one of the things that will give your ship's signature away. So, what's the end goal here? What am I trying to do? Well, here's the theory. I'm going to talk theory, and then I'm going to do a little test run with the AI. I'm going to put it into practice, see if it works, and then we're going to extrapolate that hopefully in a multiplayer match. I'll probably film the multiplayer match separately, maybe a little later this afternoon. But okay, what's the basic plan? So the Kamen Naman, the scout ship, the spy ship, whatever it is, it's going to go first. It's going to directly accelerate towards where I think the enemy is and try to acquire a track. Behind it is going to move the main strike fleet, and then in the rear, using the sort of standoff distance, the range of the missile frigate as its range from enemy is going to be this support fleet. Now, I kind of wish that there was the ability for the destroyer to carry missiles or torpedoes, so I could rearm the fleet. I think that would be actually more useful, perhaps, than if there could be mid-space transfers. If they could find some way to dock with each other, that would be a very interesting mechanic. But for right now, with the game engine as it is, the destroyer's just carrying a bunch of anti-missile missiles and anti-missile cannons. So let's assume we're coming up against a battleship that is railgun equipped. That's going to be the scenario I play through in the single player, the skirmish I'm about to do. It's just going to focus fire probably on the largest ship in the fleet. So this will die. Same if it has cannons. But if I come up against like 1 or 2 missile cruisers, the real threat to my fleet is not the destruction of the strike force. It's going to take them a while to shoot down even 4 corvettes because they're moving. They're small targets. They're hard to detect. Probably the last things the enemy sees, where these will be the first usually, maybe excluding the spy ship depending on positioning, like spatial terrain, asteroids and rocks and stuff. But the Stephen Beam back here is very vulnerable. So it's kind of a glass cannon. In order to maximize effectiveness, I need to keep it covered as it advances. This is going to shoot down the incoming missiles. Cannons are going to do what cannons are going to do. Railguns are going to do what railguns are going to do. I have to take that one on the nose as best I can. But once the ship comes within range, here's the idea. Once the ship, the Stephen Beam, comes within range, it's going to unleash a swarm of missiles. Now, I think it's got 30 or 32 missiles on board total, maybe a little more. That's a lot of missiles to put in space at once. They're all going to go toward usually a single target, like a high-value target, like a battleship, something that has its own missile defense. Now, it's only going to launch. The Stephen Beam's only going to launch when these ships, the torpedo corvettes, are within, let's say, 2,000 kilometers. 2,000 meters, 2,000 kilometers, 2,000 meters of the target. The effective range of the torpedo, the launch range is like 1.5 kilometers. So they're just approaching their ability to launch their torpedoes, and they're going fairly quickly at a high rate of speed. And these missiles are going to be passing the corvettes, is the idea. These missiles are going to be passing the corvettes at or around the moment they come into range. Now, because the missiles are coming from behind the corvettes, I'll explain this. Because the missiles are coming from behind the corvettes while they're flying toward the target, which is somewhere over on the left side of the screen here, any anti-missile missiles that are launched by the target will be intercepted by the corvette's point defense cannons, right? And any anti-missile point defense fire that targets the incoming missiles is going to be directed toward the incoming missiles. And when that exchange starts, when they start firing their outgoing PDCs and their outgoing anti-missile missiles, their interceptors, and my missiles are on their way in, all they have to do is start launching torpedoes once they're within that range, because both defensive systems, the anti-missile missiles and the cannons, are going to be overloaded. I'm going to push through their defense, and you're going to get like 6 or 8 or even potentially 12 if you do it properly torpedo hits, which will destroy a battleship entirely. That'll be the end of that ship. Plus, once it starts getting hit and taking damage, missiles of that cloud of 32 are going to get through. Now, this is kind of a one and done fleet. After I've busted a nut, so to speak, we've got just like light cannons left, and that's there just to mop up any. It's really only to damage up to like a light cruiser. We're not going to get heavy cruisers, and battleships are a no-go for that caliber. Not even like system damage, I don't think. Maybe engines, but I doubt it. But yeah, and then this destroyer is kind of a waste of points. Like I probably could create a smaller screening frigate, but it is a damage soak, and because it is the first thing to take fire usually. It's just there to draw fire and hopefully not die before the small ships manage to close or at least get detected and get primaried. Now, there's one drawback to this fleet that I can identify in advance. I've only heard of this tactic being used. This is my first time trying to employ it. Some people think it's a cheese tactic. I think it's actually fairly clever, more or less as intended. We'll say these are like quasi-Iranian naval tactics. But the torpedoes can be themselves primary. You can set your anti-missile missiles, your interceptors, to fire only at torpedoes. So if they're smart and if they detect this fleet coming in first, they're going to switch their interceptors only to torpedoes, meaning that some of the missiles might get through, but all the torpedoes will still get shot down because they'll have enough interceptors available to engage. And that's the one drawback. So a smart player, I think, will be able to counter this if they see it coming, if they're prepared, if they've got interceptors, if their fleet's in position, if the terrain favors them. All those things are going to factor into the success or failure of this tactic. But we're gonna give it a shot. So without further ado, I'm going to just save my fleet here. I don't think I made any changes. We're going to go back to the main menu and pop in a single player skirmish. And so yeah, we're gonna go up against this battleship Mirage combo that I've got. It's the Mirage is just a second. It's a destroyer with decoy stuff, so it's like it's alpha damage sink for the battleship to draw some fire away. But I'll be able to discern between the two. That's fine. We'll leave them at mustard and ketchup colors. Let's go to the Abyss, and we're going to do Abyss Annihilation, which is just a good way to test one fleet by the numbers against another. I'm actually at 3,012 points. I can drop a missile or some ammo or something in order to bring that down to 3,000. But we're going to kick this in and see how it goes. It's been a little while since I played Nebulous. I really enjoy this game. I really missed this game. I think it is a lot of fun, and certainly looking forward to playing more of it in the coming months. I was trying to get into one of the community campaign matches that were happening, but I just didn't have the time. I didn't have the time, and yeah, they were happening predominantly like 11 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. I wasn't able to do it. And then there was a whole war in Ukraine, which I haven't really done as much content about as I have liked to yet. Okay, fleet's coming in. So it seems to align with the largest ship, just as your command. I don't know how they choose which ship. I guess it is just the largest, just the one the camera focuses on when you come in. And so the Abyss has no terrain features, no cover, nothing to mess with the line of advance, and so you start facing the withdrawal line. So if you head out of the fields, you will go. Okay, so I want to send the spy ship in first. And he's just going to go, let's go 5 kilometers that way.
Course laid in.
And down a little bit.
How can we help today,
and the torpedo boats are going to go, let's say, 4 kilometers.
Aye, aye. Full power.
On a slightly different line.
Waiting for your orders, Commander.
And then the missile frigates also going to come in on that line. We're going to go 5 kilometers, but we're going to maintain our altitude, I guess. Space plane, it's kind of hard. Yeah, see, they're already turning around. Spy ships, Oscar Mike. Again, these are like your own designs, right? Like the hulls, obviously, for right now are just fairly limited. I can't wait till they add more different ship classes. I'm really interested to see what they're going to do for carriers. That's going to be a game changer, absolute game changer. But the frigate and the destroyer are coming about. It's just an exceptionally cool concept for a game. It really hasn't received enough acclaim. I think this is one of the best games to come out in the space genre in years. I think I'm gonna do a little playthrough later too of another game, Delta V, Delta 5, Change in Velocity. We'll just call it Change in Velocity. That's like a space mining kind of Newtonian simulator. A lot of fun. So I'll do that a little bit later here. It's a space game day. I've been writing science fiction. I'm working on a sci-fi space opera. I'm not going to give anything away about that ever until it's like ready for publication. But I'm working on that pretty solidly these days. At least a page a day. I'm aiming for, but hopefully more. This week I think I got 4 pages done. Just like, whoa, plot development. And I've got now I'm over like 3 or 4 pages of just like bullet point plot. So I think I got a pretty good handle on where the story's going, who the characters are, on what kind of story I'd like to tell. It's a spy story. It's a spy story in space, with some like real human interest stuff, I think. Okay, so the spy ship is approaching its objective. So we're going to set it a second waypoint. It's going to come a little bit to the right, and we're going to go another 5 kilometers forward. And we're going to do the same with the torpedo boats.
Moving out.
And then we're going to do the same with the destroyer and its and the missile frigate. So far, no locks, but I think it's going to change in like a second here. The enemy's definitely in front of us. Oh, it's so cinematic. You can just like... That right there, I think, is going to be the title screen for the video. That's really nice. All right, I'll try to remember to switch to cinematic mode too when we get into the shit once the launching starts. Once I give my last launch order, I'll...
They've locked on.
Okay.
Enemy jammer.
They're requiring us. All right, I gotta actually focus now.
Send traffic.
We're being jammed.
Where could they be? They're definitely in front lower. Looks like somewhere over here.
Scopes out.
Whole fleet's jammed.
Hull impact.
So we're getting shot at too. That's unusual. The spy ship's taking fire. There they are.
Jammer reactor output dropping.
Okay, let's jam them back. Let's start setting orbits on some of these. Set the orbits at 2 kilometers for the spy ship.
Negative. Engines
I
disabled.
can't see any.
Oh, the spy ship already lost its engine. That's not good.
Power online.
Scopes out.
Reporting.
We are being jammed.
Now, you know what? They've got their order.
Awaiting orders, Commander. The
So
enemy has
let's
sent
take
your
the
traffic.
torpedo boats and rush them. Let's push hard.
Aye, aye, Commander.
I gotta get a
We're
visual
moving.
on these
Ready whenever
targets.
you are.
Command, we are under fire.
And you also
Component
move
lost.
to the next position. The spy ship is getting fucked up. They're not gonna survive. They're getting hit with a railgun, so that's very high intensity. But I think we're gonna do this. I think this is still gonna work out. Spy ship is just there to make initial contact anyway. If it survives, bonus. Maybe it's not really a spy. Yeah, maybe it's more of a recon vessel. Less.
Component disabled.
Okay, now they're primarying. I thought I just saw a shot. No, it's still going toward this spy ship.
Component damage. DC teams report in.
They are
Punching
getting
out, command.
fucked.
Signing off.
Yeah, they just had to abandon ship.
They've got us dialed in.
Okay.
Send your traffic. We're being jammed. We're ready whenever you are. We're under attack, Commander. We're on the move. The ship's been damaged.
Torpedo boats are taking a
Ship's
hit.
power's running low.
Is this the battleship?
Got you 5 by 5.
Let's get them to orbit within.
On the way, Commander.
Yeah, it is the battleship. Okay, we're gonna have to do this soon.
We're ready whenever you are.
Have you guys orbit the target at 2 kilometers. It's fine. It won't live long enough. That torpedo boat has 8 fires raging, but it's still in good shape. It's about to change in their next salvo, I think. Never had it happen this way, that the screening destroyer's been the last to get hit. Maybe I should give them the move order first, just because they're slowest. And then the spy ship, and then the send these last because they're faster, but they're
Commander, this ship's
more
done
important.
for.
Yeah, that's not gonna cut it for me.
Send your traffic.
We're gonna have to engage. I think that's it right there. Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Enemy radar lock detected.
They're still too far out for this to work.
Enemy has opened fire.
Okay, they're firing on the screening destroyer now. That's better.
Let's get it fixed.
That's better.
We've lost a component.
They're still pretty far out. But let's say now's the moment anyway.
Launching missiles. Face internal damage. Launching missiles. You need to get that component online. Launching missiles. Component taken out. Go ahead, Command. We're getting jammed. Commander, we are low on missiles. Outgoing missile. Commander, we are low on missiles. Missile away. We're out of missiles. Missile on the way. We lost a component. We took a hit.
Here's the launch.
We took a hit.
See what happens with these torpedoes.
Low missile warning.
I think some torpedoes are going to get through. Maybe
many
not.
Missiles left.
Torpedo strikes. Torpedo strikes. One torpedo strike. That was it.
Component offline.
What made the difference there was losing. He's still got interceptors too.
At the ready, Commander.
I don't think it's damageable with the
ready.
The cannons.
They're gonna learn today. Engaging. Awaiting orders, Commander. They're gonna learn today. Lock on warning. Missile away. Still here. The enemy has commenced jamming. We gotta jam them.
Yeah, it's got this ship has a lot of this battleship has a lot of anti-missile
Running out of missiles.
defense. That's why I have used it. So the theory works, but I think my timing was wrong. I think my timing was a little bit off in terms of when I launched. I should have waited for the barrage of missiles to complete before I unloaded. The railguns are trying to acquire the torpedo boats, but they're gonna be hard pressed to track on a target that's moving that quickly around them. Yeah, I don't think they can. I don't think they can track, but it's not like we're ever going to damage the battleship. We could shoot it 1,000 times. I don't think it's going to take any damage. It did take one good missile hit there. I don't even see. Oh yeah, see there on the bridge. There's some kind of structural damage. But that's it. All the railguns are still operating. Maybe arguably we can knock out its weapon systems. But I think it's back to the drawing board on that one. Or maybe I'm just going to take it into a multiplayer match and see how it goes. See if I can get a better timing. I think it'll be harder to time against real players. And that was already pretty challenging. But we'll see. Anyway, that's the Mace meta fleet. I'm not sure if it's a good idea or not, and I'm really not sure if it's a good idea to mix it, do half Mace, Vette, half missile, and support. But we'll see. So yeah, as far as damage done to the ship, we knocked out. So that one hit knocked out a whole bunch of modules. So you did take like 6 or 8 hits. With the torpedo strike, just don't think I had the possibility of doing. Okay, let's see how this goes. Okay. I'm trying to get them at ARE. That's the plan. Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Send the, so what did I discover? Let's send the screening destroyer first. I'm going to give it a couple move orders.
Course laid in.
Yeah, this is going to be lethal, extra lethal if I go around the bottom.
Awaiting orders,
let's complete the...
Commander?
Move a little bit that way, and then down.
We'll be there before you know it. Awaiting orders, Commander. We are securing zone.
I have to replicate that each time with each ship. That's super annoying.
Heading there now, Commander.
Okay, spy ship's going straight through.
Go
And
ahead,
torpedo
Command.
boats are going... I wouldn't have fired up. Yeah, they are down there. This is going to be brutal. Whoever's down there is dead. Come on, come on.
The enemy is securing zone Boxer. Course laid in.
Okay, let's find my ships.
Quiet. Command's on the line.
I'm not even turned around yet. Yeah, it was good to give them the order first. Spy ship's on its way.
Ready.
This is going to be really funny. Whatever's down there is dead. I'm going to try not to blow my entire load on it, though. Save some maces for late in the fight, whatever survives. The sensor-based warfare in this game is really, really sophisticated. Like, this is a very good approximation of... Wish I remembered how to flip the camera. Shift Alt Space. No, it isn't.
Stopping the ship. Stopping the ship.
What? I didn't want to stop the ship. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Move. Shift Alt Space did not do it, dude. It was bad advice.
Heading there now, Commander.
Shift Alt Space.
Securing engines.
That's all stopped, dude. Okay.
Heading there now, Commander.
H P. No. Whatever.
Yes, Commander.
We're gonna fight at a disadvantage here, looking up.
Quiet. Command's on the line. How can we help today, Commander?
Okay. You're gonna have contact in a second here. HC by B.
Send your traffic. Our signal's being jammed. The enemy's locked onto us.
Okay, the ship's there. Perfect, they're engaging the screening destroyer first.
What are our orders, Commander? Incoming, Commander.
Orbit at, let's make this orbit real tight.
We'll be there before you know it.
Perfect, absolutely perfect.
Awaiting orders, Commander.
How do I stop this ship now? Shift Alt.
Securing engines.
Shift Alt space.
Holding.
That was useful. Alright, I've got the shortcut for stopping now. And they're just going to take fire for a little bit. But we're going to get a kill on whatever this is. We're going to get kills on both of them if I do this right.
Looks like we're being jammed. Scopes out. Send your traffic.
Enemy buzzer detected.
Okay. What's the distance on these?
What are our orders, Commander?
They're coming into range in, let's say, about 30 seconds. This is going to be very, very brutal.
Ready. Missile reserves emptied.
Now the enemy's panicking. They realize what they've just walked into.
We've lost a module.
They're using the terrain to try to break line of sight with the torpedo boats, but it's not going to work. We're going to close on them.
We're waiting your orders. Sensors are all over the place.
Orbit. Set the orbit to very, very close and very, very high.
Did anyone notice
Basically
the lights
vertical.
flicker? Turning up the engines now.
It's a lot of small cannons. They should be focused on the lethal ships. Okay, here we go.
Send your traffic. We've got a lot of static here. A component is gone. Enemy fire. Incoming. Quiet. Command's on the line.
What? What? You cocksmokers. They actually broke line of sight in the stationary missile
Power has
ship.
been restored.
Oh.
Yes, Commander. Holding our position. Engines are working. Let's move. Standing by. Send your traffic.
So I used almost all my missiles there. I've still got 16 missiles on board. But
We hear you, Command.
okay, let's form with the screening destroyer again. Let's form fairly close, like that's
Falling
fine.
in.
And we're gonna move the screening destroyer around the rock. We have no choice. Okay, camera angle. Oh, that was so annoying. I thought for sure I had them, but they kind of saw what was coming, I think, a little too well.
We're moving. Awaiting your orders, Commander.
We've already lost the friendly ship over there. I don't think we've killed anything yet. They're running away. They're repositioning the entire other side of the field. I might as well go take the point with the spy ship here.
Ready. Course laid in.
It's kind of a redundant path, but
Quiet. Command's on the line. We hear you, Command.
why did they break so? I guess they really didn't want to get swarmed down there.
Course laid in. orders, Commander. We'll be there before you know it.
We are securing Zone Eclipse.
Standing by.
These are railgun ships here. Now, these are the same Vauxhalls I was just chasing. I don't know who's getting jammed.
Yes, Commander.
Let's get this spy ship going on a better path now.
Standing by. Heading there now, Commander.
Yeah, that's a better looking angle. Okay. Vauxhalls are above me here.
Yes, Commander. Course laid in.
We have
Let's
secured
chase
Zone
them.
Eclipse.
Where's my screening? There we
We hear
go.
you, Command.
These folks are really, really being annoying with their hugging
We'll be
the
there
rocks.
before you know it.
Like they're just always on the terrain. Like they just deked another cloud of missiles there. Yeah, they did. Look at that. Wow. So that we're not doing so good. That one group of Vauxhalls has dodged multiple shots or multiple salvos. We're doing okay on points. I think we're ahead on points so far, but we're getting ground down. I need to kill these ships.
We hear you, Command. Firing solution locked in. Firing solution locked in. Firing solution locked in. It'll be done, Commander.
And they went to cover again.
Those bastards have a lock.
Now we're gonna get hit from behind.
We are securing Zone Boxer.
Okay, this one can die.
Yes, Commander.
See what happens after the
They're shooting
missiles.
at us. Low missile warning.
Nothing got through. That was good.
Hostile fire incoming.
Something got through. All right, now we're dancing. Now we're fucking
The
dancing.
enemy is securing Zone Eclipse.
Component destroyed.
Oh, we're taking fire. How do I? Okay. They're still running away. These guys are,
We have secured
and they've
Zone
run into an
Boxer.
ambush. They're almost not worth it now, but I guess I have to kill them. We might pull this one out yet. All depends if I can get just simple maces into them. Yeah, they're taking good hits.
Firing solution locked in.
Commander, they have a target on us.
The enemy secured
Alright, this is gonna be lethal shots here.
The enemy is securing zone dagger.
Firing missiles.
Standing by.
I can't see anything.
Missile count is low.
Why are my torpedoes not going into them?
Missile reserves are getting slim. Ammunition stores low.
Wow, we missed.
The enemy has engaged.
Is that too close a range? What are they doing?
What do you mean, almost out of ammo? Missiles are getting low.
Okay, that was good.
The enemy secured zone dagger.
Our sensors are all over the place. Our
He's too
sensors are
close,
all
I
over
think,
the
is what he's
place.
doing. He's...
Yes, Commander. We hear you, Command.
Okay, one of them just disconnected. A is where I am.
Let's see him try to get away from these.
We've got a lot of static here.
I don't know if my torps will be able to make these turns. That looks good. That looks good. Yeah, good kills. Okay, I'm gonna call that ship knocked out.
Yes, Commander.
That ship's knocked out.
We can take
They've got
him.
a lock on us.
Target confirmed.
Yeah, we got outgoing. Okay. Next set of targets. Oh god, they're in front of me.
Enemy fire. Incoming. Yes, Commander.
They're
Let's
shooting
scrub
at
their
us.
signal.
That did some damage. Primary power lost. Abandoned ship. Get to the life.
Turning up the
Who got
engines
killed?
now.
Oh, the spy ship. Okay, that's fine. Spy ship was on A. Where's the enemy? The enemy is... We probably still got this.
We've got a lot of static
I
here.
don't know if I go head into E or
Our
not.
signal's being jammed. What are our orders, Commander? Those bastards have a lock. Incoming enemy fire.
Let's use the rocks.
Detecting an enemy spiker. Our sensors are all over the place. Course laid in.
Ammunition
The
is
screening
low.
destroyer should take that.
Yes, Commander. Incoming.
Oh, it...
All crew, abandon ship.
okay, whatever. Whatever. I lost the screening destroyer. Still don't see where the enemy is. Having a hard time finding them through all this
Enemy has
interference.
commenced jamming.
Commander, the enemy has locked onto us.
Yes, Commander.
Commander, they've opened fire. All personnel, abandon ship.
What the-
I repeat,
Wow.
abandon ship.
Oh, they got beams there. I don't even see them. Oh, shit. Best I can do is send the remaining.
We hear you, Command.
Starting to get creamed here.
We're underway.
I have nothing left. I gotta retreat. I have to retreat. Or advance in a different direction.
Turning up
They've
the
got us
engines
dialed
now.
in.
We hear you, Command. We are en route.
They're taking
Commander.
shots at us. Abandoned ship.
Ready.
Hostile lock detected.
Heading there now, Commander.
We have secured Zone Comet. The enemy is securing Zone Comet.
Course laid in.
Incoming enemy fire. Command, we have low power. The ship can't hold. Get to the lifeboats. We hear you,
No,
Command.
no, I can't mace anything.
The enemy's locked onto us. Tracking target.
Ready. Launching missiles. Launching missiles. Engaging.
The enemy secured Zone Comet.
We're running out of missiles.
All crew, abandon ship.
We're being
This
targeted.
guy's just chirping me in particular. That sucks.
Commander, we are low on missiles. The enemy has commenced jamming.
There's no way
Incoming
anyone's getting
enemy
through
fire. Component destroyed.
The enemy is
I
securing
don't really understand what I was supposed to do there. I mean, I did lose track of the enemy. We were getting jammed, but
Module offline.
I mean, the only reason I wasn't able to kill my
Taking internal
targets right
damage.
away was because they
I don't
fled
think
from
we're
me,
gonna make it, Command.
and that
enemy is
lured
securing
me
zone
in
box.
further. But I mean, I was in a good position at the end. No one else was really. See, everyone else is off at the flanks. We're all spread out, and I'm horde of combat now. I think we've got pretty much the same number of ships up. Like this guy here has actually three destroyers, and I don't know what condition they're in. Let me go to spectator here.
The enemy secured Zone Atlas.
Let's look around for. Got a rail battleship firing into the point. There's all my ships ruined. Let's find those three decies. These cruisers are getting chewed
Zone
up.
Eclipse.
We're trying to get this guy here.
The enemy secured Zone Boxer.
That was a pretty overwhelmingly solid kill on that heavy cruiser, I think. That just got ruined. Wow. And those shots came from. Oops. Camera angle doesn't stay bound. Interesting. There's 3 destroyers left up there. They are moving for C. In the end, we might barely pull out a win. That ship is fucking crippled. They're just wasting missiles on it now. Let's see, escape pods are jettisoning. I'm gonna go see what these destroyers are up to. They look like they're in pretty good shape. I don't think these ships have seen combat yet. They probably have expended any... They've got, what, lasers. Oh, this is a beam destroyer fleet could really turn the tide right now if they actually get their guns on anything before the match ends. That's the real problem, is like, here. See, now we're 5 capped out, so they're halfway to victory. They're gonna have to kill the sprinter. Which looks like it's badly damaged. I don't know why they're not firing. It's gotta be within range. Maybe because they're waiting for another target. Say that's the reason. Yeah, I would, you know, it's not actually worth the shot. Those are just... Oh, look at this. Look at this badass over here. Look at this badass over here. Cringe. These ships have different fits. 2 of them have guns, and 1 of them has sensors. Interesting. It's always cool seeing the breakdown in other people's fleets. Okay, we're going to take C and B back. It's going to slow the bleed, and then they're going to have to come kill us.
We have secured Zone Boxer.
We still have 6 ships up. 2 of which are battle damaged. 3 of which are fresh, and I don't know the status of this shaky kiln over here. So a heavy cruiser, 2 light cruisers, and 3 destroyers. It's pretty good. This is ideal.
We have secured Zone Comet.
Now, if they all rushed A together, we'd probably win, but I don't know. I'm saying I'll go for E. E. I guess because they're up top. Yeah, it forces the enemy to... See how this pans out for them. Sort of high tension here. Wish I had some non-copyrighted space music to put on. The in-game music got a little epic, but it'd be cool if there was some like background tunes I could play that wouldn't get my channel demonetized. If anyone knows of any open source, oh, that's really cool. The formation flying, the destroyers. Oh boy, they're launching. They're launching things. What are they launching? This seems silly. I don't even see their target. What are they launching? Gale missiles. Okay, so they have set a... I think that frigate might be toast. That might be a killer right there. Unless there's something with anti-missile capabilities in waiting. It looks like they're cutting through pretty good. Just there's... yeah, it's dead. Managed to loop around now. It did not die. 2 hits though. Two missile hits to probably the engines. Definitely some smoke there. They're not using their beams though. Maybe it's just because they don't have a good target or line of sight. We're still not able to win on points unless they cap something. Yeah, ignore the battleship, go for the points, yep. Yeah, the battleship can't, if there is in fact one up there, which I think, yeah, Solomon up there, so it's just firing down with rails. An eyeball frigate, right? So there was a ship down there spotting for the battleship. I don't think we're going to get anything in time. Because they're still going to keep accruing points. It is a really fun game. Like I quite enjoy Nebulous. It is thought-provoking. It has just this statistical and tactical depth. And yeah, I really want to play more of it. I'm semi-active in the Discord. If anyone wants to come play Nebulous, this is one of my games that I'm going to play on the regular. I'm also playing like Hell Let Loose, and Squads, and Armory Forger when it works. I kind of wish more people would play the Annihilation game mode and less of the point control mode. I think just fleet versus fleet is a lot more, at least for me, tactically rewarding than this, oh, you won because your ships weren't fast enough to get to the points. Like, no, I just want to like find and fix the enemy and fuck around, have fun. And the Abyss is tragically underplayed. As a, you know, this is not the Abyss, this is whatever, shattered rock or whatever. It looks like we're going to try to poach D here, but if the enemy did not go to the same point, there won't actually be a fight. There'll just be us losing when that time ticks out. If we cap one more, we might pass them, but I doubt it. I'd have to cap it like right now. Not in a minute. It's going to take the destroyers to get around that corner. Spaceships, am I right? I don't know. I'd like to create a really cool like space anarchist faction. You know, right now I get the wild geese going. But something like Machnovist, maybe, in honor of the current thing. Ooh, somebody's got a bunch of target solutions somehow. Guess that the short. Oh, it's just not going to happen for us. Unless they stop gaining points completely when we have them. But I think you still gain points whether or not you have more points. Oh, we might really turn it around. Nobody's near anything else in contention, right? No. That's too bad. some tension here. I want to see how this this pans out. Jamming back and forth. See where they are right there. That enemy ship there now? Well, it was, but yeah, they're at 900. We're not able to cap them out, I think. Oh, and they're getting shot at by the battleship. They're not gonna be able to return fire either effectively. They just have to kind of take that one where they can, and yeah, it's lethal. Taking laser fire too to front. Another salvo like that, and I think that ship is dead. So we didn't win this one, that's fine. I really wish I'd gone to the top and at the bottom. I would have met that battleship, and we would have got. I think that would have turned things around. I did not just sat there and blinked at us all around. You know, it was either top or bottom, but yeah, we had nothing left. We are returning fire now. Some outgoing beams. Look at those beams missing. Wow. The enemy's got 3 beam ships too. That's what's going on. I didn't even encounter those, I don't think. Maybe they shot at me a few times. They acquired their target and they're doing damage now. Wow. Disco. That's more effective than I thought. I might reconsider. Some missiles. What they have left are going. Beam ships are over there. These guys are toast. Well, didn't do too badly though, all things considered. I feel like I got that one good kill. Didn't warrant the points I lost with my fleet, but our entire fleet did not do, or yeah, our entire team did not do as well as we could have. So I'm gonna wait for the round to actually end, review the final report, the AAR, but yeah, I really can't stress enough how much I enjoy Nebulous. I'm gonna play a bunch more in the coming days and weeks. Try to get really good at it. I like the things it makes me think about, and I like the way it makes me think. I like the balance and the lack of balance. Yeah, look at that. And a frigate too. Wow. And they disappeared because they're off scanner. We almost had them capped out too in the end there. But at a time, and they still have 5 combat effective ships. We have like 2.
The enemy is securing Zone Comet.
Okay. and it gives me a battle report at the end here. So my crew got massacred. The destroyer took the most damage by far, followed by the frigate. And then the corvettes just got shellacked. What did the enemy bring? So their battleship was in perfect shape at the end there. Yeah, that would have been a good one to kill from the communist there with his Potemkin. So a reference to a previous Nebulous video. And Board Philosopher kept all their ships alive. Brought 2 ships with no offensive ability. I don't know what those are. Screening frigates, I guess. Anti-missile frigates, maybe. Full crew complements and all those ships. So Board Philosopher really had it easy. And the guy I ran into, Capitan Gambrinovus, got decimated. Like, I destroyed this ship with a few torpedoes, and this one got hit by someone else, I think, is what happened. And then this heavy cruiser got completely destroyed as well. So we took out 2 of their players, but they took out all of ours. Okay, that gives me some perspective. But yeah, that's all for now. Thank you for watching Nebulous Fleet Commands. Messing around with a Torpedo. It's a Mace meta. Mace Swarm meta. A little bit of balance still in the fleet, but if you like what I have to say, if you like watching my videos, subscribe to my channel and let me know what you think down in the comments. As always, see you in space.